when I was sitting.
There we go. So you're gonna go home and you're gonna what?
I'm gonna eat dinner
Yeah. Okay. Keep going.
because this is all I've eaten after lunch. It's this bit water.
But you had lunch today, you
And I
said?
drank the water.
Okay, that's good. That's winning, all right? Especially because you had a day that's not like your normal days, right? You still were able to eat lunch and you, it sounds like, had a snack and had water. That's great that you still prioritize drinking water. And now you're gonna go home and eat dinner. So
Yes, that is for sure. I'm gonna go home and eat dinner first and foremost.
good. Yeah. And then just,
Then,
give yourself like some
yeah,
time to kind of just walk around your house a little bit. So like sit down and eat and enjoy your dinner and then get up after you've, enjoyed it and eaten it and good for a little bit. Get up and like walk around your house a little bit. If you have a couple of things you want to put away or whatever, just put them away then. And that'll kind of help your food digest too. And then that way you're getting some more movement in. And even though, maybe it's not the gym or whatever, you're still moving, which is going to be beneficial.
get those things done. At
Yep.
least I went to the gym this morning, so I don't have to
There you
worry about
go,
that.
girl. You did it then. Look at you. You
I've
already,
gone 2 mornings in a row. I feel so accomplished.
girl. Like you had conferences and you still went to the gym. I'm so proud of you. That's
But
insane.
it was like a must. I go this morning for sure because I would not go after being here this late. Like I know myself.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Well,
like
okay.
if I did not go this morning, I don't think that I would go after.
Yeah. So you got it done. You prioritized it and you got it done. See? That says a lot about, what you're prioritizing. And I think as you prioritize yourself more, it's just going to become, naturally what you do. I've even watched my husband do that, like since adjusting works and stuff, like he's made the gym a priority and he goes just about every morning now. And for a long time, he stopped going. So it's possible, but for a while, it was just twice a week. And then it was 2 or 3 times a week. And then it was 3 times and then four. And, so it just, it just builds like that. It really does. And what you did today matters a lot. Even if you don't go to the gym tomorrow, even, it matters that you did this today on a day that you normally wouldn't have because this would have been a hard day for you and you probably would have let that stress get to you and you probably wouldn't have gone to the gym. So,
Yes, and I feel like going in the morning works better for me simply because it's harder for me to make excuses because like nothing else is happening at that time.
yeah.
And nothing has happened for me to be like, ooh, I'm tired.
Yeah. And that's great because, you've identified when it works for you to go. And that's what's going to allow it to, become consistent for you and regular for you. And if you can get yourself to do it, then it's going to become normal for you. Because that's half of the battle, right? We know half the battle is just showing up. Girl, that is the battle, right?
Because once you're there, you're gonna do it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're not gonna drive there and be like, oh, I'm not gonna do this anymore. Hmm.
Yeah, like once you're there, you're gonna do it.
Yeah. And even if there's a day where you're like really overloaded and you didn't make it to the gym or something, just you can message me on that day and we could do a little like 10-minute like FaceTime thing. I can do a little small workout with you. I'll just walk you through a couple like body stretches, get you moving a little bit. We do some body squats together and we'll have a little interaction together, kind of decompress you. I mean, I'm happy to hop on and just, do that with you so that you still feel accomplished and you still got movement in and when we do things like that for ourselves it makes us want to do those things more. So it might sound silly but it really is helpful. So
Yeah. That's one of the things that I am trying to work on. Just going and getting movement. Because
mm,
I feel like it'll help build the consistency of it going and doing something.
Yeah. Yep. The more often I move, even if it's not going to the gym, the next day, if I find myself sitting around more, I'll just naturally feel like I want to get up, like I want to move because I'm used to moving more. And so now that I've been having more meetings and stuff again with people, I'm like, I got myself an under the desk treadmill because I was like, I can't sit still this long. So, it's just make it work, and then I also don't feel like I missed out on my gym time or my movement time. Um,
Because you did something.
yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of mental, um, in that too.
Well, it is fall. I was gonna say I can't believe it's dark. It's dark.
I know. I'm looking outside too. It's dark here too. I thought it was 7:30, but it's like 7. And then the time changes soon, and then isn't it even earlier? Why do we live
but
here?
but it is like so dark.
One more reason to like get up early and like try to enjoy the day. But I remember coaching 5, 6 a.m. Like, gosh, the sun wouldn't come up till like after class, like 7, it's like 6:30 or 7, I think it starts to come up. So it just was darkness. Like I would wake up, well, let me put it, I would go to bed and it would be dark. And then I would wake up and it would be dark.
See,
So
going to work out like just for me and it's dark. I can do that, but I don't know if I could go to work while it was dark.
yeah. Well, what do we need to do to put, some action in place for you? It sounds like you did great today, girl. Like you hit your goals. So like you just need to, keep this momentum going. So I would say, what do you feel like you need to keep that momentum going? Like I said, when you go home, you're gonna eat, but make sure you got some things in place so that you can make this happen again tomorrow if that's what you want to do. Unless you're trying to do the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, then make sure you can do it again on, you know, Friday or whatever. Actually, wait, tomorrow's Wednesday. So yeah. So
I'm just
Thursday or just kind of were you going with the flow when you feel like it? You go.
like, okay. So in an ideal, on an ideal week,
Mm.
I would go every morning before work.
Okay. Okay.
And so like in a normal week, that would be Monday through Friday. Now, would I lift weights every time? Probably not. Like on Monday, I just walk because that's what was in there too, was walking. But like on Monday, I just walk. And so
Well,
like
that's
that was
we took
5
it. Remember, we took it down a little bit.
days.
Okay, yeah. So I can change it too if you want. I can add more or change it anytime.
So I'm like I just like it like that's what I feel like word is going in the morning before work. And on days when I don't have work, I would just have to plan it around. You see how dark it is? I would just have to plan it like around whatever I have to do that day.
Yeah. Yep.
Because the gym is also quite empty in the middle of the day when everybody else is at work.
Yeah. Yep. That's true. It's a great time to go. And like the middle of the day is such a nice afternoon boost. And you also feel a little bit more awake during those workouts. So you just feel like really good. And then it feels really good to eat a meal after an afternoon workout. So, yep, that's great. Well, then where are we at right now? We're at once or twice a week at the gym, right?
Um, right, like what we have in there right now, I think we have Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturday. But
Because we
I
added that.
I was just trying to like if you look back overall like the calendar,
Mhm.
going once a week is an improvement from
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
that time. But
Yes.
I like the way that it is in there. So like I don't want it to not be there
Sure. Yep.
because if I think that I kind of like the I don't know, I guess the organization, the split of it.
Yep.
Like it's like and then
That's
you
how
have like a lot of like if there's some full body exercises in there, but like I've noticed that like one day is like leg heavier than the other.
yes. Yep. A little more focused work, but then overall, like, and like you said, like, that's why I wanted to get down to, okay, what is normal and what is achievable right now? And we have to be honest about that. And I'm going to give you an example for me with breakfast. For me, breakfast is the battle. And I know that that's the meal that's really going to help me balance my hormones and stuff like that. And I want to have a baby and I have PCOS. So I'm fighting all these other things, right? All the time. And so that's kind of like you fighting all the time, busy, all these extra tasks you have because of your job. So you're now prioritizing the gym. You know what time you need to go to the gym, right? Which is in the
Yes.
so we know that has to happen. So now I want you to just tell me, okay, I'm going to commit to going once a week, Ashley. And then I will literally check in with you and I will, what, Friday or Saturday, whatever day's best. I'll say, hey, Arshay, what day go to the gym this week? And then you can tell me. And then I want you to consistently do that, until it feels like it's very easy for you to add a second day. Okay. And then you're going to work to add a second day and you're going to work to be consistent at going twice a week. And then you're going to add 3, right? But it's got to go that way because otherwise you're going to overwhelm yourself or, you're going to feel like you failed and then you're going to be discouraged. So, we got to work with what we have. And then either way, like I said, I want movement every day to be the goal. But you're going to make it to the gym at least once a week right now.
Yes. And I think for me, going to the gym is a little bit of a, I guess like a little bit of a motivator because I got up and went somewhere
Heck yeah, girl.
because there is stuff at my apartment. Like I could do things at home.
Yep.
I just think that because I have a 1 bedroom apartment, I don't have like a separate space to go to. So I think that just seeing it like, oh, I'll do it later. I'll do it like it's easier for me to put it off
Yep.
because it's there. But like going to the gym, once I get in the car and go there, I'm like, okay, I need to do this now because
Yeah.
I came here.
Yeah. And that's why I say like or- our roommate brought our trash barrel back down the driveway and the dogs are going nuts. But no, the consistency thing though, yeah, like let's keep the focus on the one time and let's keep you consistently there because it feels good to achieve that, like you said, like that's motivating for you. So, we feel good, Arshay, when we do motivating things. And what is all right, yeah. And motivating things make you want to do more of that thing, right? Because it felt good. Of course. Like, and we know the hardest part is making it to the gym. So I think if we set the goal on making it there once a week, like we get to check that thing off after like after the people who watch this recording are gonna be like, what did I just
What is happening?
oh man. Okay. It's done now, I think. The client has of fun. But anyway, when we do motivating things, we're just more likely to do more motivating things and we're more likely to be more productive and those things just kind of carry over one after another. So, but again, like let's make this obtainable for you. And then when you hit that goal, we get to set another goal. And then when you hit that goal, we get to set another goal. And I want to encourage you, if you're not doing body measurements too, I want you to do those for me so that we have those good metrics before you start being really serious about this. And then after 2 weeks, Arshay, I guarantee you, you'll lose at least 5 pounds if you go consistently. Like that's the big piece here is it has to be consistent. And the more consistent it becomes, the more you're going to see that more regularly, right? Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, and if you have to drive, I want you to be able to drive safe. So, I mean, you're welcome to stay on here with me if you can drive safely, but otherwise I can let you go.
Is my camera still on?
No, your camera's black. I just wanted to make sure that
No, because it usually turns off. Like when I get in the car, I plug my phone up, like it connects the Apple CarPlay thing. So
oh
it
yeah.
usually turns off. That's why I was like, wait, is it still on?
No, your video's off. All right, good. So you got the fancy schmancy car, huh?
Not really. I think this was like one of the first vehicles they put it in.
Is that oh girl, it's fancier than mine. So you got a Gucci vehicle, Arshay.
I mean, it gets the job done. I do get
Right.
from point A to point B, and that's all that really matters.
That's great. Girl, I'll take my car's paid off and I'll take that over having a car payment and having to pay full coverage insurance any day. But
Because that's the thing. Would I like a new car? Yes. Can I afford a car payment? No. As you know, I'm
exactly.
babysitting. I'm just trying to do what I can do.
But that shows your priorities though, and like I think that's really honorable. Like I want to tell you, like I actually was going to share with the group this I'm recording tonight. So I purchased coaching for my business back in March, and at that point, I was still very involved at the loading dock. Things were kind of starting to shift then, but I was still head coach, and I had a bunch of nutrition clients, and I was writing all the programs, and so I was very involved. And when I was thinking about wanting to have an opportunity to connect more with people one on one, and what that was going to look like, I met this girl who I hired as my business coach, and she spoke to me, she understood me, she understood where I was with my business and you know what I was trying to accomplish. And so I bought her coaching services and it was expensive. Girl, oh okay. I spent $3,500. And so that was a very big investment, and I did not take advantage of the coaching calls that were offered because she had coaching calls twice a week, which is why I started offering it twice a week for you girls, because she charges extra for people to meet in person or, one on one with her. So, like those calls that I offer you girls for 30 minutes, she would charge like $50 for. And so I was like, well, no, I want to give more because I believe in that connection and that value and like two heads being better than one. Like you even said, like the accountability that you get through working out with your friend occasionally on Saturdays. It's because you get to go and work out, which is motivating to you, which is what you just told me. And it's also you get to connect with someone, right? You value getting to connect with your friend during that time too. So I just think there's a lot of value in coaching and mentorship and connection and accountability. I need it myself. And now to the point where I need to invest more in my business coach because I've had her services for I think 6 months now. So I'm at the point where I would have to, continue paying a subscription thing to have access to her. And it's kind of about priorities, right? It's like, am I going to prioritize keeping that help in my life, or am I going to let it go and try to navigate it myself again because that went so well before? So I really value that you know, you did that for yourself. And I also want to thank you that you believe that I'm worth investing in. And I want to genuinely come alongside you and figure out something that works for you. And I want it to be sustainable for you. So that's why I say, like, let's set your goal at once a week and let's watch you accomplish it week after week. And, I guarantee you, you might even start going twice a week, even though you're only supposed to go once a week. I'm pretty sure that's already happened once or twice with you, right?
Yes, I just like, I feel like I have found what, like, it's like I know what works. I just need to do what works. Because if you can think back to even when you were at the loading dock, I started coming really early because working out in the morning works best for me.
Yep.
But then it's like there weren't showers, and then with where the loading dock was located to my job, it didn't make sense for me to drive all the way back home, and so like
Yep.
that was like a hurdle for me. And then even before that, when I lived back in Memphis, when I was very consistently going to Orange Theory, I was going to only 5 a.m. classes. So it's like I knew in my heart of hearts that in
That was,
order for me to do it, I need to go in the morning.
yep. Yep. That's okay, girl. Honestly, sometimes it just takes us time to realize, like, okay, crap, this is how I have to do it. Like, and that's even why I gave you my breakfast example, because I eat a lot at night because I can't get myself to slow down until like 3 or 3 p.m. And I, don't eat enough during the day. And then I get hungry at night because I'm finally like calming down. And then that's the worst time to eat because at night your body is preparing to sleep, it's preparing for rest, it's preparing for repairing your body because that's what it's supposed to do metabolically at night. So during the day, it's just vital to eat, not only because your body's programmed to burn calories more at that time and convert what you eat into energy. So it's going to help your energy levels, it's going to help your mood, it's going to help your focus, like, and your body's also digesting easier like earlier in the day. So it all goes hand in hand. It balances your blood sugars, which balances your moods, which balances your hormones, which contributes to fat loss, right? It all goes together, but just by changing one small thing, which would be eating breakfast, I could help myself substantially. But it's really hard for me to do. But like I know that's the thing I have to do, right? So right now I'm making smoothies for myself because I just can't get myself to eat breakfast. I can't. Arshay, I've even made breakfast and not eaten the breakfast I have made. So, like, and I'll save it and I'll eat it later, and that works well for me. But right now, that's where I'm at. And instead of getting mad at myself for continuously not being able to eat breakfast, I have to celebrate the fact that I've been able to at least drink smoothies because eventually it will turn into breakfast. Because for years, like probably like 15 years now, I've done this thing where I just kind of don't eat breakfast. And a lot of people are like that. But when I was a 5 a.m. coach, like you bet your booty I'm not cooking breakfast at 3:30 in the morning when I wake up. So that kind of,
Yes.
you do
Like,
that long enough, and that's in the morning. I want to encourage you too. You don't have to have anything huge. Just have a small little something before you go work out, and you're going to have to kind of play with it because certain things bother certain people more than others. But before you go do a strength training session, you're going to want to have a protein, like just like even 10 to 20 grams of protein of some sort, just as long as it doesn't upset your tummy. So for some people, protein shake's okay. For others, not so much. If you're going to do something cardio based, then I would say you're going to want to have a carb of some sort. And then you can pair it with like a small amount of fat or protein because it's just going to help with digestion. And that will help so your blood sugars don't spike as well. Does that make sense?
yesterday and today, I had two boiled eggs before I went. I don't
Yep.
drink my coffee. Well, I do a protein coffee in the morning, but I don't, and I've been doing that for like a long time just because like I like the way it tastes, not necessarily because of the protein,
Good.
but I do that after I work out because drinking coffee on the way to work in my head feels like a nice little treat. Like I'm like, oh, look at this treat. I get a nice coffee. And then
I love this.
I have what I call a hydration station. Um it's my Nespresso machine, the ice maker, and then like a crap ton of skinny syrups and the zero sugar flavor mix packets. Like they are just all in the same area in my kitchen in the corner. So I call it a hydration station.
Cool.
So this morning I had a double shot of espresso and the pumpkin spice premier protein.
Mm,
And then I put some sugar cookie skinny syrup in it. It was pretty good. I only drink cold coffee too. Like even in the winter. Like I only drink cold coffee.
me too. Me too. Aw, see how
Um
soul sisters are, Shay.
and I mean like it is a really good, and then the skinny syrups are like zero everything. So it's like, okay, I don't feel guilty when I do it that way.
And then, I mean, even if that is your treat thing, okay, the 80/20 rule is quite literally, okay, for 2 meals out of the day, you're gonna make sure you have mostly proteins and veggies. You're gonna have a smaller amount of carb, and then you get to enjoy your coffee because you're already getting, for one thing, you're getting the nutrients that your body needs from that food, but you're also, getting to enjoy something, right? So that's just, 80% of the time you've got to eat well, and then 20% of the time have a cookie, have some ice cream, like even if you want to work dessert into every night, like it also helps when you have dessert pretty much right after a meal because then you don't spike your blood sugar again. Um, so like that's something that I'll try to do. Like if I'm hungry right after I eat, I'll try to have a sweet really quick. Um, and I have dessert almost every night. So, I mean, it just, you got to do what works for you. And I think there's just balance in it, right? And it's figuring out that balance. So we figured out your morning balance is where the workouts fit in. So now,
And I think I just had to see that the hard way. I think I literally just had to try not going in the morning to see that that does not work for me. Because I'm like, it doesn't. Like, no matter how hard I try to make it work, it just does not work for me.
and that's okay. Now you know. So, yep. And I'm really proud of you for being able to, shape it that way in your mindset, right? Like it's hard to be able to digest that and be like, well, I don't want to have to be the person who works out in the morning, like, this and that. We kind of get those thoughts, or we don't want to have to do it or for whatever reason, whatever the feeling is there for you. But then you try it the way you think you want it to be, and you're like, oh, this just does not work. And so just it's like one of those things that like sounds nice in theory, but you figured it out and now you know what works. So
I think it was mostly because lots of people that I know that also want to like work out and stuff don't want to go in the morning.
yeah,
So I was like, well, if I want to go with somebody, I'm not going to be able to go in the morning. But then I discovered if I don't go in the morning, me myself, I'm not going to want to go at all.
yeah, yep,
Because like on Saturdays when Julie goes, she goes in the morning.
yep.
See? But
So that,
like she usually like she goes through the week, she goes after school, like at 7.
yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
like, that does not work for me because
yeah,
it's something about going home and then getting back out. Like after I feel like the day is over because I didn't already worked, that does something to my mind.
yep. There's two kinds of people, and I've experienced both, like people like yourself and people like Julie who can do that. But yeah, I am like you, and if I got home, I would not want to go to a workout class after working. I want to start my day that way. It's done. I did it and get the benefits from it, like increased appetite, which it did help me immensely. Like I did say, I like afternoon, like middle of the day workouts, but working out in the morning really does make me feel good. It makes me feel focused. It gives me energy. It makes me hungry. So, you know, maybe I'll wake up at, about crack of dawn with you sometime and I'll work out in my barn and I'll throw you on a FaceTime here and you can FaceTime me at Planet Fitness. My Zoom video just transcribed that as Planet Venice. Oh, I'm losing you.
Huh?
Oh, there you are.
Oh. That's because I've made it home now. So it's probably doing that weird thing was trying to like connect to my Wi-Fi even though I'm in the parking lot.
That's okay. I don't mind at all. Oh, I'm just happy that you were able to join. I just was looking through the Bold Women chat tonight and looking at everybody accomplishing their workouts and, checking off habits left and right and I love it. So,
Yeah,
that's what I
today.
want more else to jump on. We can celebrate these things together.
Yes.
But well, we'll have we have a one-on-one call scheduled, I think, November 4, I saw.
Yep, that Monday. Yeah, that Monday.
Cool. Yeah. So we'll, start thinking about some of the things I said tonight. I'm gonna send this recording of tonight's call in the chat so that you can rewatch it as well. You should be able to save it. If you can't save it, let me know and I can email it to you. But that way, you have it for some of the things we talked about. So you can even I used to listen to some of my business calls like their podcasts. I just used to listen to what my coaches said to me again and kind of even my responses because sometimes we feel some way in the moment and then we go back and we're like, okay, no, I don't feel that way now. So then that kind of just get curious about yourself and start to kind of think about why you do some of the things you do and why you don't do some of the things you want to do and come to me with some of those things so that I can help give you some some tools or some things to try to do the opposite, right? To do what you're trying to do.
Yes. Because right now I'm just trying to work on some consistency or something like that. Because I, for things that I want to do that I don't necessarily like doing, I don't have discipline.
Yeah.
I just do it
All
anyway.
of us. All of
So
us.
I'm just trying to work on that. So I'm
Yeah.
like, if I can just show up,
Yeah.
eventually
Right.
it'll be something that's ingrained. Like if I can just show up.
Right. And that's why I'm going to show up for you girls consistently. I'm going to have Tuesday be the consistent day. I think Thursday is not working out for some. I think a lot of people are busy on Thursdays. Because most folks have been able to jump on Tuesdays when I've connected with people. So I might change the other day of the week. I thought about making it Saturday. I don't know how people are going to feel about that. I might do a new poll. Um, and just kind of see if people want me to keep it on Thursday and just do it at a different time or a different day or Saturday. So, just kind of see where people are at because I know going into the holiday season, things are going to get crazy. And so I'm going to create a couple of freebies for you gals who are in my community for how to get through the holidays and kind of just, again, some information about carbs and choosing better things over certain brands and certain food options and things like that. So hopefully that'll be helpful. And yeah, if you keep showing up for these, this is what it's gonna be. If it ends up being a one-on-one coaching call, then it just gets to be all for you. So can bring me questions, bring me, I want to work on this. I'm stuck here. I can't get myself to do this, or I can't stop myself from doing this, whatever it is we'll work on it together, but that's what I had to do. I had to choose to start showing up for my coaching calls and now since I'd say since mid-August to September, I started being really consistent with my coaching calls and now I feel like I'm doing, good things in my business and I have some exciting things coming up and I know what I'm supposed to be doing or I know, what to do next. And a lot of times that's where people get stuck. So when you get stuck, that's when I want you to show up, you know?
And like I feel like things seem to be moving in a positive direction. I just want to keep that going. And the
Mhm.
last time, like our last actual coaching call, when we talked about, hey, drink water, make
Yeah,
sure you're eating on Monday and Tuesday, it just kind of like helped me, like mindset wise, like
good.
I need to do the things for me.
Right. Yep. I need
And I should be able to do them free of guilt. But like,
That's right. I know. We take care of others and you take care of people all day long, RJ. You're teaching children all day long. I can't imagine the amount of energy that takes. Like, I know you and me have talked many times after workout sessions, and I just, like I condone you for what you're able to do. It's amazing and it's a gift that you have, but you have to, in order to even fill their cups, you have to be able to fill your own cup. Can't teach from an empty cup, right? Can't
you
pour out from an
cannot.
no. So I love it. Well, anything else you want to chat about? I'm staying for 20 more minutes if you want.
Man, not really. I just been
You can eat if you want to eat. I'll make sure
mm,
you can keep me on the phone while you heat up dinner.
making it through
Actually, I
because
do. I'm gonna get a bowl of food too. You going to get food?
because I actually brought it to work. I'm just getting it out of my lunch box and
Good.
gonna warm it up.
Yeah, it's even better. That's what I'm doing. I'm getting it out of my fridge. I make soup a lot this time of year because, for one thing, it's comforting, but for another, it makes a lot. So, like, you just have it forever.
I am going to make white chicken chili sometime soon.
Ooh, girl, yum. That's
I
one I actually tried to make white chicken chili on the stove. Oh, if my husband hears this story, he's gonna attest to my bad cooking, or he can account for it. I think I just used the wrong form of English, but I tried to make white chicken chili on the stove. My mom always made it in the crock pot, and she used these like blocks of cheese. I think I have one. Let me show you. And I, silly me, mistakenly thought that I could make this on the stove. So I used this like it's an 8 ounces, a block of cheese, right? It's like this,
Okay.
and I used one of those in like a Dutch oven pot, which is like, a big metal pot for soup. And I put the beans in there. I had the chicken in there and I put this cheese in there and I'm thinking it's going to melt right into like this wonderful cheesy sauce that white chicken chili has. And put the salsa in and it didn't help. The cheese wasn't melting, Marsha. It was just clumping together. And this chicken chili literally dried, like it just clumped like that. It just never ever turned into a liquid. So it was just like gobby, like gumpy pieces of cheese just, and it's still sitting in our fridge. I needed to- Oh, so I wanted to share that with you because that's what I thought of when you said white chicken chili.
I'm like, I am going to make some because definitely in the crock pot, but
I hope that's my tip of the evening for you right there. Don't make it on the stove. Make it in the crock pot. Oh, I love it. But girl, yeah, take care of you. And it sounds like you have been taking care of you. And I think as a result of you taking care of you and thinking about, making sure you're eating, like you said, drinking water, especially on Mondays and Tuesdays, you made it to the gym.
yeah, we just like getting things done. But I do think that it was a nice like time for clarity. Like I was like, what is actually going to work?
Yep.
What is actually going to be sustainable for me?
Yep. Do the sniff test. Max, if you want some of this soup, it should probably be eaten tonight. No, I think I just made it like 5 days ago. It doesn't smell bad at all. You're making me nervous. You don't want any of it? Okay, well, I'm gonna just leave it out and then I'll tell you how I feel. I'll take the bullet.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like I also prematurely throw food out. Like, I don't know if this resonates with you, but I feel like my grandparents used to keep food forever. And I'm like, why is this still in here? And they would be like, it's fine. Like, that's not a thing anymore. I mean, I know we do a lot of weird things to our food now, but wow, it sounds like a storm out there. It is windy as all get out here, girl. I gotta close my windows a second. Literally sounds like things are gonna blow away, Max.
Wow.
Don't know. I think we might have one trees down. Oh, it's angry out there, actually. But we live like so close to the lake now, you know, it's like we see crazy weather out here. Like then I drive into Grand Rapids and it's totally different. And then I have people who are like saying like, yeah, you guys are up north. I'm like, we're not up north because I grew up over here, like, well, about 30 minutes away from here. And I worked out here when I was in high school. So I was like, I'm not up north, but like to everyone else, we're up north.
You are.
So it'll be wild out here, you know. It's gonna be our first winter. We're wondering if we're gonna get buried with snow. My massage therapist out here assures me that it stays warmer out here actually because of the lake. So she said there's actually less bitter cold.
Oh, okay.
So I'm hopeful. What are you eating tonight, girl?
Um, shrimp
Okay, yum.
and rice
Yum.
with a sauce over top of it.
Okay, I love that.
This rice is white rice because they didn't have jasmine rice, but I only get minute rice in the cup because I don't know how to cook rice. So I just settled for the white rice because I had this also last night, but I had jasmine rice, and I feel like there's definitely a difference.
Yeah, no, I notice a difference between different, you know, rices and brands and stuff too. And if you want something with more fiber, I think let me look at this a second. This is a, and I don't remember if I got these on Aldi or what, but they make minute. Can you see this? Oh, I'm so
Mhm.
so bad at this. I can't tell where the camera is. There.
There it is.
So these are great because they're brown rice and that's gonna have more fiber. So it's gonna be, you know, more of like a whole grain, a complex carb rather than like a processed or starchy carb that or a refined carb that they take all of the nutrients out of. So you would get quite a bit of benefit from this. The ingredients are just water, brown rice, red quinoa. There is sunflower oil in them, which a lot of the prepackaged things are going to have seed oils, and seed oils are just they don't do our body any good, right? So our body doesn't need them. It doesn't do them any good, and some people have adverse symptoms and stuff from seed oils, but again, something that if you consume in moderation, like it's a great thing to have because overall you're having brown rice and red quinoa, right? So does that make sense?
Yes.
So look for those the next time. I don't know if they have them where you shop, and if they don't, and feel free to send me pictures when you're at the grocery store and just be like, hey, which one? And even if I don't answer you right while you're there, like you might know for the next time you go or whatever, just send me a picture of some of the options you'd consider buying and I can tell you, or send me a picture of the shelf and I'll pick one out, like,
I do definitely need more fiber. And I know that I need more fiber because my phone told me a couple of times.
okay. So let's see here. What do you already do? Do you make yourself smoothies or anything? You do your protein coffee, you said.
Um, I'm also trying to commit to only eating out once a week, whatever that may be,
That's great. That's
unless something else is happening.
my real,
Because the truth of the matter is, I'm not a horrible cook, but I'm also not the greatest cook. But because of that, 9 times out of 10, if I cook at home, it is going to be healthy-ish, better for you-ish, because I do not know how to fry food. So it's never going to be fried because I don't know how to.
right, exactly. And
So
is that
like, so there's that. So I know like that in itself will just help me.
yeah,
But
yeah.
a while ago, and I did it recently again just to see if things have changed. I typed all my little stuff up into like the TDEE calculator thing.
Uh-huh.
And then, so Weight Watchers is still on my phone because they won't take it off until like my commitment is over, which was like 2 years, 3 years, or something like that, because it was only $10 a month, like if you committed to that. So that's still on there. The Lose It app is on my phone because I paid for a lifetime subscription when not Planet Fitness, when MyFitnessPal wanted you to pay for the barcode scanner, whenever they made that switch, I wanted
Yeah.
to lose it because I could pay for a lifetime membership and it still was cheaper and I could barcode scan. So I
Yeah.
went over there. So as long as I eat things that I can actually put into the tracker,
Yeah.
when I put them in there, most of the time, I get a little notification about my fiber being low.
Oh, okay. Well,
And
that
like,
helps you for focus. That's great. That's okay. It's all right.
like everything else for the most part looks good ish because I only really look.
Fiber, right?
Yeah, and I know that I'm supposed to be getting like some fiber more ish because the only thing that I really track, which is kind of, I don't know if it's bad or good, is really protein.
No, that's honestly, Arshay, I would prefer you don't track carbs. I would prefer pretty much, so this is how I would approach nutrition right now. Okay. If you want to start thinking about that, like I think, you are kind of ready for that because you're getting there mentally, now when you're supposed to work out. So now that habit is just naturally going to kind of build. So like in the phases of my program, you were in mindset for like the first few months working with me. Then we started building habits, which is kind of phase 2. So now we're continuing to build that workout habit. So we're stepping into nutrition habits. So phase 3 of my program is called Nourish, and that is where you are at right now. So that is kind of taking in consideration, okay, we're going to deep dive more with nutrition next. Not yet, but that's what's coming, right? And that's what's going to need to come next for us to, have you lose some of the weight you want to lose, hit some of these goals. But your biggest primary goal was I want to be consistent workout girly. So we're there.
And I feel like I'm going to be able to do that. But now,
now we
this
can
is why I started using these apps that's just been sitting on my phone because even if I'm working out, I'm doing the thing, I cannot outwork my horrible diet when sometimes I eat out twice a day. So I was like, I probably
yeah,
should eat at
yeah,
home. Not to mention that I'm poor. Like, I really can't afford to eat out as much as I do.
you know. Oh, same girl. We had a DoorDash phase for sure. Like when you're working a lot and you're busy, there are seasons for that too. Like I think there are seasons where God calls us to take more care of ourselves. right? Which I think you are in that season. I think he is saying, Archie, take care of yourself, please, and then continue to take care of other people. You know, I mean, Jesus even literally went away to be alone, away from everyone he was helping on several occasions, and to be alone with God and himself. And he got rest and proper hydration. And, you know, like he took care of those basic things and then back and helped everyone else. So it is a necessary piece of the puzzle. And I think it gets overlooked in our society a lot. So I'm glad to hear that you are feeling better and you are even just prioritizing you a little bit more, because that's how you're going to become this consistent workout girly. That's how you're gonna, you know, have the strength to start changing some of your eating habits, because it takes strength to stop doing those things. Like ordering food is easy. Like I almost wanted to order food tonight, but then because
Because it's just me. It makes me want to order food frequently because it is just me.
Yep.
But
Yep.
I don't need to be doing that.
Yep.
For two reasons. One, when I order food, 9 times out of 10, it's the less healthy option. And two, I am poor. I do not need to order food.
Yeah. Yeah. But I've done it because it's comforting and it's easy. And like, again, like
It's
I
so convenient.
I know. And like it's that instant gratification thing, right? It's like, oh, this is so nice. Like I'm gonna order this and you're gonna bring it to me. Like what? So it's nice almost. And it feels almost like a reward thing to me. And so that's where it's like, you know, you gotta achieve these goals because that's the reward that comes from it. And so if we can achieve these small things, yeah, they might seem small, but they're gonna all add up. And eventually you're gonna start working on bigger things because you did these small things first, right? So, in that dinner is
It's happening. It's good too. It's really the sauce. It was QP mayo, sweet chili sauce, and some sriracha. So basically, what is that? Bang bang sauce, boom boom sauce, whatever it is that I tried to make myself.
big shrimp thing, right? Girl,
I really wanted some avocado, but I didn't have any. But I feel like some avocado in this would have really slapped.
you know, I felt the same way. And oh, did you eat my last avocado cup?
No.
Are you sure?
Probably.
Okay, it was hidden. I'm sorry. I wrongly accused you. Okay. So these are I'm so bad at this, Arshay. Why? Holy guacamole. Anyway, it's like this little cup. And there's like I think it was like $4.99, which is kind of but you get 4 little packages of like guacamole, and I don't know if they have just like regular, because I wanted avocado spread so I could just have avocado toast. But this, what I like about this is it's pre-portioned. So this is like the perfect serving size for healthy fats right here. This is like 1 to 2 tablespoons worth of healthy fats, which is what you want to have pretty much per serving. So that comes out to like the soup spoon that I'm using. So the bigger spoons that you would have in your kitchen drawer, that's about a tablespoon, right? Same thing as your thumb. So if you look at my thumb, it's about that size. So then it's a tablespoon. So lots of different ways to kind of keep track of that. But healthy fats are important for women. They're important for hormone balance, and they're important for your blood sugar levels, which is all, again, like I kind of said earlier, going to contribute to weight loss and fat storage and energy levels and mood and things like that. So, healthy fats are friends. So that's great that you thought to add avocado to that. And like,
Like I didn't have any, but I'm like avocado. It wasn't so good.
yeah, like that would literally be a complete meal. I would say like that would be a great meal for you to be having. So just so you know, like you're making great choices. Keep going. I hope that, you know, you feel inspired tonight. And I hope that you walked away with something that's helpful for you. But like I said, get some stuff, written down, whatever you want to get ready to talk with me about for our next one-on-one call, and we'll put a plan in action for you. Something that we have actionable steps that I will follow up with you on, like weekly or whatever we want to put into plan. Okay?
Okay.
All right, gal. Enjoy the rest of your dinner.
And you too.
Yeah, thank you.
It did taste okay, didn't it?
It does. I just
You,
noticed I took a bite and I kind of left it there.
you were like, I'll let you know, but I feel like it should. And I'm like, was it okay?
Tastes fine. It smells fine. It's so far so good. So I think it's okay. So yeah, thank you. All right, girl.
Talk to you on our call.
Yes. And we can always do Zoom like this too if you want for that. We don't have to just do over the phone. So, because I can draw up a plan for you if you're a visual person, because then you can see it, and I'll send it to you, and I'll send you the video so you have it in a couple different formats.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Have a good night.
You too.
All right.
Bye.